Right, so we are here. Trying to. Hi, Dan. Just gonna wait for few people to come on, and we should be good to go. Can you hear me good, Dan? Yeah? I'm just gonna wait for a few people to come on, and then we'll be good to go. I'm trying to see which way the camera will be good. So let's go. Who's here? Hi, Dan.
Hi. Hi, Maya.
Good evening. So
Good evening,
just
Maya.
checking, how are you doing today? It's
I'm fine.
lovely to have you on. I'm just
Yeah.
going to wait for a few more people to come on, if
Okay.
that's all right. Oh,
That's okay.
good. Let's them a good evening. Just
Yeah.
gonna have wait a little bit. Just we're gonna give it 2-3 minutes
No
just
worries.
to
It's
get a
fine.
few people on. So, how are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you. You?
I'm great. What is your scent of the day today? I'm curious. What fragrance are you wearing right now? Snap,
Recent one.
snap.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
yeah. Oh,
wearing
that makes
recent.
the two of us. Yeah.
Yes. So
Great.
recent man is my fragrance of the day. Quite
Good.
spicy hoodie. So loving that.
Are you enjoying
And
it?
yes, yes. It's a
Mhm.
boss fragrance. Very. It's a bit daring, a bit bold. So enjoying it so far. So a lovely creation, Mark. I'm just
Thank you.
gonna wait. I'm just gonna give it another 2 minutes at
Right.
about five past. Then we can just get started. 5 minutes past.
No
So
worries.
we're gonna wait just a few more people to come on, and we can do the introductions. But
No.
yeah, you can talk to us a little bit about the fragrance that you are wearing, Recent Man.
Yeah, Recent Man is my second creation, and it was created in grass. And I worked together with a perfumer, and her name is Claudine. We were Claude. We worked together, and it's a remarkable creation, and it took us a lot of work to put this out there. And I would say it's a sort of scent that I really appreciate so much because we put a lot of work in it, and people really love the outcome, and people are really appreciating what we did. And then we have
Wow.
notes like guaica wood, sepro, rose, raspberry, and jasmine, musky. It's like a variety in one bottle. I mean, and this is a liquid gold, I must say, if I can put it in a simple word. Crown with a wood, you know. Yeah.
Oh, keep it. And look at that sprayer, you guys. Look at this sprayer. Look at that. Distribution. Hello. Look at that. Gorgeous.
I
Really,
appreciate
the sprayer is like, wow, like, well, proper distribution. I see Amina is in the house, the late gamer. So, a
Hi.
lovely creation. I
Yeah.
must commend you, Mark, for coming out with this creation because it's a gorgeous fragrance.
Thank
Gorgeous,
you.
gorgeous. Hoodie, it's spicy. I get a bit of spiciness, but the oud is richly present from the first spray you get. You are hit with that woodiness and just a gorgeous fragrance. Well
Thank
done,
you.
you.
Thank you.
And anyway, since we have a few people on, please, Mark, would you introduce yourself to people that are not familiar with who you are?
My name is Daniel Juma, and I got by the name Denmark, and I'm a Ghanaian. My dad, like I would say, the best of West Africa. My mom is a Ghanaian, my dad is a Nigerian, and I was
Wow.
raised in Ghana. Yeah, so I am a cocktail. You know, I was like spice. Two West African countries really created me. Living in the Netherlands at the moment, I travel around anyway. I live in the Netherlands at the moment, and um, I would say, what more do I have to say? I think that is going to come in everything is going to come as the course of the chat. But I was trained
Absolutely.
in grass by a perfumer called Claudine, and yeah, I have creations for, I told you, like up to 2021, there 2022. So that's basically about me. And I really like great scents. I always like to put my work out there so that I experienced it and other people experience it better. So basically that is about me.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, Mark,
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous because you get to go to grass. You get to go and learn so much. I mean, I think it's every fragrance person's dream to go to grass, but not only go there, to actually go and learn there. So you are very fortunate that you have this
Thank you.
opportunity to go to grass and just study with these perfumers. That is amazing. I'm curious.
I always say that grass is I think, okay, my third home, because when I'm not here, I have to be in grass. I love it. I mean, the whole ambience, everything about grass is beautiful. And I'm thinking maybe in the future I'm gonna move there when I'm like 50 plus.
I've just seen now the Queen of Niches in the house, Karen Pevs. And Karen, we've been talking about grass. And Karen, did you hear that? Mark says he's going to make it his home. So I hope you get to move there, because then we can have the best. I hope you do. Then we can have the best to come to. How fortunate for you. I'm very curious, Dan Mark, because how long have you been into fragrances, and for how long did you take to think about, I'm gonna create a fragrance, to the time you created it?
I would say I mean, good scent has been something that I've been living with, because I love good scents since childhood, which I got to know well when I was from age 16. But I really started to getting into fragrances at 21, and then I don't want to, like, people are gonna get my actual age. So from age 27, that's yeah, that's where I embarked on a trip to understand what Perfumer is about, and to read more and to understand about what creating a good scent or the great scent is all about. So I would say it's been people will still know, but it's been a couple of years now.
It's okay, you can tell us the age. I mean, we don't mind. Is it meant to be a big secret?
No, but people know, like, oh, he's an old man. So I don't want to.
Oh, come on.
So basically, it's about that was about it. Just going out there, learning new things. Because perfumery is about ethics, and it's also about self-actualization, being oriented with scent, and also having the right person who is going to walk you through the brewing of a scent, or the olfactory, and how scents really work. Because it is quite delicate, and if you don't understand it, you can do anything, and it's not like you're baking a cake or you're baking I'll say bread, that that is, if I put my food in the microwave, it is going to take 5 minutes to warm, but it's a whole process. It comes with moments, aspirations, inspirations, the environment, like everything that comes into humanity, communication, contact, and everything comes into perfume creation. So it is a lot of work. So you need to, have the right person to walk you through all these trainings and stuff like that.
And you have been very lucky to have this person that you met in grass, and they walked you through it, and they told you everything. I mean, I hope I could meet someone, and no, I have a lot of stuff. So even if I wanted to, I don't think I could just up and leave. Having a young family and that. But it is amazing, recommendable. But Mike, I have a question. And this question, I'm sure you would have guessed I would ask this question, because, yes, as you know, you are in the minority. We do not have many Black brands in perfumery. We don't have even many Black perfumers. So seeing you, I'm sure you are inspiring a lot of Black people out there who are thinking, can I be part of this world? And they don't know where to start.
Exactly.
What would your advice be to a person like me or anyone else looking into getting into fragrances? I don't know, have you had any challenges that you would point out? Maybe what pointers would you give to someone?
I would say challenges before you start anything as a brand. you should have the end or in the mind. So
Yeah.
challenges comes in between there. So, but I am a person. I would say I'm personally motivated. I don't really look at challenges because I think they are there to, I mean, test your strength. But looking at this black community and then being putting on the minority, I would say
Yeah.
has never been more of a challenge because I mean, um, we are bringing a change to the face of perfumery, like being a saying the black people in the minority. But I mean, a change I believe is a chance that is pursued. So I had a chance. I'm pursuing it, and people are also seeing it because it's like you putting the light out there for people can know that oh, it's possible, and it's not a matter of you creating something that is out of the blue that anyone can do it. But the most important and what the most challenging thing is in the beginning stage of starting a brand, like when I spoke to people about it, the immediate people around you, the friends around you will tell you, what are you going to do with perfumery? We have the likes of Dolce and Gabbana. We have this. How can you compete? But it's not about looking at the people slot, other slots. It's about concentrating on the various slots that are out there that you want to bring a difference to. So it hasn't been any form of any way of a challenge. I don't really put my mind to. I mean, being on the minority. What I'm doing is I'm not here to compete, but I'm here to take my spot, and that's basically that's something that's really pushing me to go on forward.
Wow, what an answer, Mark. That is actually inspiring.
I
Instead of
appreciate.
thinking there's so many people, so many fragrances out there, find your spot out to be unique and just be you. I love that.
Yeah,
I
you know,
love that. Wow.
I have this written like that's my inspiration. It's right big on my wall. I can show you because I'm not using my phone, and it states. I put it also on my social media. What it says is, whether it's none, you create one,
I saw
and
that.
whether it's one, you create a difference. So in whatever you do, you aim at leaving a reference. If you have that at the back of your mind, you are not being pushed by anything, any challenge. You don't see that because there's already a lot of perfume. So what you can do is you don't compare to compete. You compare, you contrast, you deduct, and you develop. That is basically it. Like, a lot of people think, okay, I'm here is about competition, but that's not the case. Is what you can create out of the competition that's going to put you out there, and that is what I am gazing at bringing to the perfumery, and I am gazing at bringing to people who end up buying my scents.
Absolutely. Be unique. Be unique. Be you. Um, that just goes to say, as it is said, that there is always room for everyone. There
Everyone,
is always
yes,
room for everyone. So there, we shouldn't think there is challenges. Where there
no,
is a will, there is a way.
it's a way exactly. I like that. Yeah, I
Where
mean,
there is a will, there is a way.
because I was talking to my little brother the other day, and I asked him a question. I said, "Okay, Derek, from number one, where do you go?" He said two. I said, "No." He said, "Yeah, bro, it's two." I said, "No, you don't go to two. You go to 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 to you got to two." So it is like that. All this space in between, we gaze at the bigger picture, but the little picture is the transition that we really need to cater for because that's going to transcend and that's going to project us into the future, which is um, the two that we are talking about. That's the spot that we want to be. So it's about taking your spot and not looking at the challenges because it's already there to test your strength and to push you to the next level.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is quite remarkable. Do you know what?
Tell me.
I think that you are one of the first people I've heard who've said actually being in the minority shouldn't be a challenge. Instead, it should push you because I think that maybe there are some people out there who felt they would like to do something, but when they look around, they feel they can't do it because there's already a lot of people doing it.
Yeah, yeah,
So maybe, as you put it, that is really good. Find your spot. It does not matter how many people are out there. And you know what? Just goes to show we have so many fragrances on the market, and everyone is still thriving.
exactly.
That amazing,
Uh,
amazing. You guys in the chat, I've seen we've got the Queen of Niche, Karen Pevs. We've got Amoy Piranyan. Amoy, did I say that
hi,
right?
hi.
Good. And we've got Amina in the house. We had John, but he's gone because I know John, they have a big thing going on. So I think maybe people be in and out of the chat. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And we have Dan Mark in the house. So any questions you have, feel free to ask Dan. Dan, how is the grilling going? Shall I carry on?
It's like I'm roasting now. I feel like I'm in the oven.
We've got loads to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Greetings from Manila. Thank you so much, Amoy Piranian, for joining us all the way from Manila, the Philippines. You want to come to Europe? I want to come to Asia, and I hope I'll get to do that one day.
Great.
I've just seen a question here, Dan. Amina is asking, who is your favorite perfumer and which perfumer inspires you the most?
I would say my favorite perfumer is the lady I work with, Claudine. I'm going to say that because she has her ways to let you understand what perfumer is. You know, the 10th law of simplicity says you're taking out what is obvious and bringing a meaning to it. And she makes it so simple that she takes what is obvious. You can see that, oh, this is impossible, because when you get a scent like the original form, like a musk, it's got this pungent scent that you wouldn't like to smell.
Yes.
But she can take that and make it feel so simple that you want to smell it everywhere around you. Exactly. So she's one I love to work with. And there's this gentleman also, Chris Collins. I chanced his page and I looked at his inspiration, and yeah, he's been quite inspiring, and I've been following him here and there, and he's one of those.
I think a few people watching here, I think perhaps everybody is familiar with Chris Collins, and I've had the pleasure of sampling his fragrances. An amazing guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Fragrances, and that's one guy. When you think about black perfumers again, before I met you, I could only think of him. Then I thought about Michael. We've got Michael Bode. So the community of black perfumers is growing, because I have a question, Mark. This is
Ray, you have a dozen of questions.
My question is, how do you relate to people referring to you as a black perfumer? Does that matter to you, or would you rather people just refer to you a perfumer? How do you feel about being singled out as a black perfumer other than just a perfumer?
Both works. It depends on the angle you're speaking from.
Right.
If you refer to me as a black perfumer and you're using that as a stand to inspire other people who are also my color, most definitely it's cool with me. But if you're using other terms like a black perfumer, how is the scent going to be? Like, you're doubting my scent, then I'm not going to take that lightly. Which I'm not going to get in a form of fight with you, but I wouldn't take that lightly. But if you're referring to me to inspire other people, other black people, other people of color, and not anyone, to create any form of distinction to empower people, I really like it. It's okay by me.
Okay, that is fair enough, because I'm just here making sure that I'm not being offensive.
No, it is like not labeling. I wouldn't put it as a labeling, but you're just trying to create a sort of connotation out there that people can know that this is a way to create a difference, because we're all here to inspire another, being color. And actually, Maya, I'm the type of person, I don't see color anyway. I don't see color anyway, because I remember when I was a kid, I told my dad, like, you know, I asked him, they call people white people. They say this is a black person. They say this guy is yellow. But I've never seen anyone with this. If this is white, this is what I was taught. The screen of my laptop is black. And it's only extreme cases that you can experience somebody with a very dark skin and you can say he's black. So I don't see, but people just put it out there just to create any form of distinction. But I don't see color. I see humanity. I see people. I see people who are out there to inspire. I see people who are out there to learn. I see people who are out there to put out things to make this world very comfortable for other people. I see people out there who want to bring a change in any form to to the world. So yeah,
Absolutely.
that's
Absolutely. I totally concur with you. And with that, I must mention, when I mention a black perfumer, I'm putting that insistence on that simply because we know that there is not enough representation of people of color in perfumery. Therefore,
exactly.
if you see one, I wouldn't pretend I didn't see them, or I just saw a person. It's
That's
very noticeable. So that's where I'm coming from when I say that. Yeah.
yeah, and I
But
mean
just to be clear,
it's good. I like that you're putting that across to, I mean, to inspire. I mean, that's what
absolutely, exactly.
it's about the inspiration, because somebody inspired me to get my work out there. Somebody inspired me, and we are going to talk about that. So I think it's okay if you are inspiring other people using that as a yardstick.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Lovely. Thank you so much for your answer. I'm
Yeah.
just going to go to the comments because I saw a comment from Amoy Piranian. He was asking, do you have a lavender dominant fragrance like a fougere? And uh, take it away.
Yeah, like I said, this are my scents from now till 2020. I've got a lot of different scents right here that we to 2021, 22, and then now I have to. I do currently. I have two scents out. That's the Sentence 360 and um, the one you're wearing now, Recent Man. So it's all
Yeah,
woody, fresh, and that is the tone that
spicy.
I'm bringing. But we're still working on other scents now that also lavender waste and fougere, like you said. So yeah, we're still working on a lot of scents, and we're hoping to bring a lot of good feeling to people, and great sense to people.
Right. Another very good question from Amina. Amina says, is there a certain vibe or experience you want people to get out of wearing your fragrances?
Um, Statement making to the picture persona. You know, a scent, I say, it's a signature. You can deny that. And mysterious is once again my brand is mystery more than mark, most definitely. And there is no doubt that I have a mystery as a tune to it. But mystery is an underground, it's an underlying thing when it comes to art, and perfumery is art. I see it as art. And mystery is also about it's also a wandering affair. So I want people to wear a scent that people come across and they wonder, what are you wearing? And it speaks about your persona. You're making a statement. Like you told me, it's like a scent that when you walk in the room, everybody's gonna look like 10 heads, like, ooh, what does she have?
I did say, I mean, I spread it. I was like, wow, this is a boss fragrance. You walk in, people are gonna turn around like, who just walked in? Who's that?
Yeah.
That announce your presence.
I mean,
Very
it's about stating making a statement also about your persona and having the aura of a mystery around you, and people walk into you to ask it. I really love that, the mysterious part of every scent, because I like people to question
absolutely.
what I'm wearing. I like people to question like what you have on at one point. No, you walk in the room with like, oh, I know that scent. I'm familiar with, or people can compare it to other scents. I don't want to have that. So that's basically what I would like to put out there, and I like people to feel when they wear my fragrances.
Absolutely. And I quite concur with that. As you were talking, you mentioned mystery, which brings me to my next question. I
Um,
was wondering what inspired your brand name, because your brand name is Mystery Modern Mark. I know Mark is your name, and obviously modern I can refer to that. So what made you make that choice with the name? What inspired that name?
Actually, I'll start with Mark. Is not my name. Mark is the name that I got glued to because of my brand name.
Oh,
And yeah, but
okay.
as everyone stands to be corrected. But mystery more than Mark, and it's a question I've answered like a zillion times. Sometimes like, okay, I tell that story every time.
Yeah,
I was studying here in Amsterdam, Netherlands, Den Haag. I was doing my master study there. I did a master
yeah,
in international communication. And there was this lady at one of our lunch. We were coming from break, and I was working with some two classmates of mine. And there was this blonde lady. She walked past, and she wore this fragrance. Oh man, it was so beautiful. For 1 second, I wanted to call her back and say, "Lady, you smell like heaven." Women, like they'll be like, "Oh, guy, you're trying to hit on me" or something like that. And my friends will be like, "Ooh, Dan is trying to pick a move and stuff like that." So I was like, let me leave it. Let everything cool down. So I left. But whilst we were walking, my friends were talking about the next class, and I was thinking about that scent. So
Wow.
it was something that was really beating on my mind, and I couldn't wrap my mind around that scent. Like, what scent is that? And after 3 or 4 months, a lady friend of mine, it was her birthday, so I wanted to get her a fragrance. I walked into the shop and I was trying all these fragrances from the feminine section, like, because I know that there's no gender fragrance, but I went straight there because she's a lady, and I was trying all these fragrances, and I came across one. The moment I tried, I was like, I know this scent from somewhere, but where? It puzzled my mind all day.
Wow.
So I bought that very scent and I brought it to her. But on my way home, I was like, "Oh, that girl from uni, that blonde lady."
Wow.
So I was like, "Okay." Then I got right here. I got the name of my brand. So I think every scent is a mystery, but it's when you come across it, it's over here, some memory, some web at the back of your brain that it holds into it. And the moment you come across that scent, you get that thing back. It rolls back to
absolutely scent memory. Yeah. Nothing better than a scent memory. Absolutely, I totally agree with that.
I was like, okay. Then mystery is the molding way of leaving a mark. Wow. And the mark is like an impression, a statement, communicating your persona. Because mystery is an old word that everyone is used to, but I'm trying to make it more modernized. And that was my mystery, molding mark. So mystery, the molding way of leaving a mark. And I got the name Mark out of the name because I got it from Mom of Kelly Fragrance. She started calling me Dan Mark, and everyone calls me Dan Mark. And I was like, hey, it's a nice name. Let me adopt it. Because it's not far-fetched. It's just right from...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Mark, I have a few questions. I've seen people asking you questions. The best questions. No, these are easy ones. I promise. These are easy ones.
Don't worry. You'll come up. You'll try our best.
Absolutely. So Dalitso Proctor the World is asking, what's the price range for your fragrances?
Actually, it's from 100 to 130, and it's because all shipment is included. Shipment included, everything is like included. So it's like euro.
So you had that 100 euros to 130 euros. Next question: are your fragrances available for purchase in the UK?
Actually, we're working on it, and I have to be on a flight maybe next week because I got a couple of shops that I would like to see in the UK. I'm still talking to them because all this paperwork and everything.
Absolutely.
So we're working on how we can get to the UK. But you can still order from my web shop, and we ship to the UK. I shipped it to you, and you got it. And
cheap, and it came. What was it? A day or two?
Yeah, a day or two.
It came a day or two, and it came and arrived. And I have my fragrance here, my Modern Mark. This is Recent Man. I'm curious because this is how you spell your Recent Man.
Yeah.
Can you talk us through that name, please?
I think you're going to ask a lot of questions, Maya, today.
That's why we wanted you here. We wanted these questions asked. We wanted to know who the man is. We want to know everything. We are very nosy like that.
Actually, I have a book that I've written all my scents that I'm creating, the names I'm going to give all the batches. And
wow.
I like to stay as unique as possible because, uniqueness is also about creating a statement. And staying original is also about mastering, because if your craft is showing that your craft is well mastered, it's staying as original as possible. So I create words from words. So if you look at my old sentence 360, during the time of creating this scent, the Claudie was like, Dan, can you do this? Can you coordinate these notes? Can you put this? So something struck me. I said, okay. Back in school, when a teacher gives you a word and say create a sentence out of it, you coordinate various words to bring something meaningful across. So I was like, okay, now I'm coordinating notes to create sense. So if you're coordinating sense, then it's sentence. And the recent man is when we say something is recent, it's like you're current, you are up to date. So recent is a guy, a gentleman, or anyone who works is somebody who's up to date with your scent and somebody who's ready to make a statement. Because if you walk out and you're recent, like people think you're current, you're like, okay, here I am. What do you have to tell me? So that tune I'm bringing, and that's
I
how
love it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yes, I've just seen Amina. She's asking, she said, Recent Man is the fragrance marketed towards women. Now, you can answer that. But you can.
The Recent Man is the name I post for the scent because of the inspiration behind it. But I think women love this scent. I got a call from, I know, this lady on Instagram, Chipressa. I don't know, that's Chipressa. She lives in Belgium. When I sent a sample to her, she said, Daniel, I don't understand why you gave the name Recent Man, because women but that is the inspiration behind it. I got it from Curly Fragrance as well. It's telling me, no, take the man out and put it out there, but it's already the creation and the inspiration around it. So women change. Yeah. And I think a lot of women do love this scent so far.
If it's in consolation, I must tell you, I have a fragrance from Byron Perfumes and it's called Byron Man. I happily wear that fragrance. Yeah. So it does not put me off. If it smells nice, I like it, I'm wearing it. So I don't care if it has man on it.
Doesn't matter. I have Calvin Klein Woman in my room, and I spray it and I top it up with other scents, and I'm good to go. And I go out there and make unique statements, and people come like, okay, what are you having on? So most definitely, the name is there, but it's about how you feel, how you relate, because a scent is created and it's relative. How you relate to the scent is what is important.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Very nice. So, guys, in the comment section, I'm loving your questions. Keep them coming.
Yeah, I'm really loving it too. Thanks very much, everyone. Because now I'm like, okay, I feel like I know a lot about myself.
Now you're just like, I'm home. That's fine. We can carry on, right? Let's carry on. My next question, Mark, I know we've touched on this. I would like to just know more about your brand, like what inspired you to start your fragrance brand. And I know it's because you've gone to grass, etc., etc. But was there anything else? Like, at what point had you been thinking about starting your brand before you got to grass, or was it just because obviously you went to grass with the view to study fragrances? But when did you actually get into fragrances and be serious, like, this is it, I'm gonna do it?
I think it's been something that I've held up in high esteem since childhood, because I love my mom. My mom will tell you he doesn't want to go out if he's not smelling good. So
I like that.
My dad had this soap that we call, it's the oldest because I'm an 80s baby. So we call that soap Cleopatra. I don't know if you're conversant with that soap, with a queen of Egypt, Nefertiti's hair crown. And it was so good that I put it in water for 2 days, get it out days, take it out. Then I smell the liquid that comes out of my body just to smell good. So, yeah, I mean, it's about staying classic. I like to say coming out classic and coming out elegant. It's about fragrance, and it's something that I've embodied for a longer time. So it's been with me. And then the only thing else that really got me doing this was when I got the name mysterymodernmark, because I created that when I was doing my study in Den Haag. And I was like, okay, finally I got the name, because I was cogitating, should I give the name to my mom or should it be my dad? My dad wouldn't be happy if it's my name. Is it supposed to be my name done something? Because I get all these fragrances coming out when they have their names on glued to it or attached to this brand. So when I created the name mysterymodernmark, I think that was a push. It was the moment I got mystery model, I said, okay, I'm there. What next? okay, flight, grass, what? Go there, go to this olfactory, and yeah, that was how it came about. So the biggest push was getting a name, and I knew that this is concrete and something I have to pursue.
Wow. Wow, Mark. I'm wowed. Thank you so much for sharing so much.
That's the reason. Yeah, that's
I Fabulous. I have seen a very important question here from Amina. But before I ask this question, I think where Amina is coming from my understanding, being an African, even though I'm not from the West, I'm from down south. But I think Amina is asking this question with the back view that African parents generally, they want you to be a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant. I don't know. Lots of African parents, they won't encourage you so much to do something creative. But
exactly.
African parents are going to push you. You want to be a doctor. They want you to be a doctor. They want you to be a lawyer. So how did your parents, and obviously having been to university, I don't think you were studying anything fragrances. And
No,
then so for your parents, and this I'm saying this because it's something I can relate to, where they feel like, why did you waste time going to uni and you're not practicing anything? Because I went to uni to study law and I don't practice. And for African parents, it's like, why did I waste my time and money going to study in university and then not do anything with my degree or whatever? So I think with this question, I can see where Amina is coming from. Please, Mark, if you will, as a fellow West African, how do your parents or family feel about you having a career in something creative, like being a perfumer instead of maybe a doctor or lawyer? Amina, correct me if I'm wrong about your question, please.
yeah, I can read it right there. I mean, you know why? Because this tossed my mind. Like, if I paddled it back into time, and I'm thinking of what you want to be when you grow up. I tell my dad, I want to be a medical doctor. After a couple of years, I want to be a lawyer. You know, that sort of thing. But I would say the only chance I had is I'm living here without my parents. I'm a man on my own, and most importantly, my dad. I had a great dad, and everything that I am, all my inspiration, whatever, how far I've gotten in life, it was because I was raised by a father who was very strict and um, very good with words. He always put words in you, and it still guides me. But he's not living here anymore. He's gone to the other part of the world, so he's at rest. And I think that gave me a bit of a freedom to do this, because if he was here, I think I wouldn't be doing this, most definitely. But at one point, he will understand why. My mom understands it, but he doesn't know what I'm doing. She doesn't know what I'm doing at the moment, because she's like, okay, you're doing perfume. I see you put it on your WhatsApp every day. What is it about? And I have to explain a whole lot of story up to her, how I got these ideas and everything. But I mean, one thing I know is when I was growing up, I was told they told us they pushed towards the curiosity kills the cat. But I want to say that curiosity actually kills insanity, in a sense that there is something at the back of your mind that you always want to do. Consistently is striking you. It's an idea that has been placed over there, something that you want to do. It's something that you want to create. And the moment you are able to create that, it brings freedom. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
definitely, I didn't look at my parents. I looked at what I want to do. I looked at the impact I can create in the world, because I always say this: you can never act on facts to create impact if you don't understand facts. So it's something that I really wanted to bring a clarity. So I brought clarity to my insanity, and yeah, here I am with all my creations and all that I'm doing, and I'm loving it. I'm meeting people everywhere, and my mom now knows, because when I was in Ghana for Christmas, I said, "Okay, mom, where are you going? I'm going to see this man," and he was like, "Oh, so now you're seeing big men in in business, all that," and she was happy about it. So let's push it out there. It's African. I know, I understand, but yeah.
You know what, Mark? I so can relate to that. And I don't mean to waffle, but I can relate to this because when I was younger, in my teen years, I
Mhm.
used to do beauty pageants. So I
Uh,
used to be the queen, I used to take part in all these beauty pageants. And I remember how my parents would never support such a thing. Because as far as they are concerned, it's a waste of time. Yes, I could have been a supermodel. and and looking back, I'm like, I as a parent myself, I'm like, I changed that because whenever I see my kids, they're interested in dancing, I take them dancing. They do ballet or dancing classes, R&B classes for the children. I encourage their creativity. They like to draw. They want to do things. I encourage them, which I feel like African parents, you doing that, they see it as a waste of time and money. Like, why would I pay money for you to go and jump around that you're going to be doing gymnastics? That's how we were growing up. But I would love to think that things are changing now. I hope things are changing. I haven't lived back nearly 20 years, but you know what I mean? So I can totally understand. For them, it must have felt like you went to uni, you spent so much money, and now you want to do perfumes. They'll be like, what? Why do you want to make perfumes?
I mean, that was a great question. I really thanks for it's a wonderful question because it brought my memories back to a lot. And I mean, that's what we need in these hard times. That's what is going on, because sometimes when your memory is brought back to where you were before, it's really funny to to have all this. Thanks very much. I do appreciate that question. But create something that you love, something that you believe in. Take something that is obvious, but you bring a meaning to it. Clear your mind, bring clarity to your insanity, and we are here, we are there, and everything will be cool. Well, fine.
Oh, thank you. I'm catching up on the comment section as well. So, hi, Claire. Claire is in the house. Thank you so much, the Smith girlie. She says, loving these interviews. Thank you so much. And yes, I understand, Claire. It's a bit busy. And I did say this to Tony that today is going to be very busy on Instagram and IG. So, on YouTube. So here we are, and yes, I'm looking, and your lip is lovely. You are a supermodel. You guys are so funny. Thank you so much. What a dear animal in art. I'm still being asked when I'm getting a real job. I so can relate to these questions. And as well, I saw a good comment from Proctavia World, and she said, all African creatives can relate. Our African parents, most times they'll think that you are playing, wasting money and time. That's what they think. And yes, gone through the same with my parents. Academia has always been more important than exactly, Amina. So it's not just me, it's not just you, it's all of us.
I can relate, most definitely.
Oh, this is a good comment as well. JLW says, perfume is a luxury product and does require a lot of chemistry and lots of creative intelligence. It's a different kind of intelligence. Well done, Dan. Well done, Dan. We are very proud of you, Dan. Thank you so much, everyone, for your lovely comments. Keep them coming because I am so enjoying this. How are we doing, Dan?
Great. Wonderful. I love it. Basically,
yeah, brilliant. That is, I'm great that you are enjoying these questions, and thank you so much for sharing so much. So, you are one lucky guy studying in grass.
Yeah.
Studying in grass. What is that like?
I would say.
Is it as it is cracked up to be? Should we be as curious to go there, or is it just
it should be as curious as wild as imagine. Just let your imagination that it is going to lead you, because grass is a very beautiful place. And I always say this, it's a place I want to move when I'm in my 40s, because the whole landscape is beautiful. The olfactory over there is inspiring. I think the moment you get to grass, like the whole ambience is like great scent. You don't know, it's a feeling that you get that everyone is talking about going there because of scent, and it's remarkably known for great scents. And with the perfumer I came across, she introduced me to other perfumers, and it's been great. to be in that horizon and to be in such an environment, people talking about scent, and you're like, okay, you go to the shop and the perfume is right there, sitting right there. But the most important, that's my little brother. Hi, I love you too, brother. And the most important thing is when you go to shops and you see people having their brands or their perfumes out there, you respect them a lot, because like it requires a lot of insight. And if you're not curious, you cannot create scent. You should always go
very true, very, very true.
very curious. And one thing about creativity that people I always tell people is you cannot be so sane, so serious to be creative. Creativity is about being 80% craziness, not to walk around like a crazy guy, but your mind should be crazy and 20% serious. If you do that, you always want to find a reason why something is it, a reason why this is it. How can I bring a meaning to it? That's why I said the 10th law of simplicity talks about it. You take away what is obvious and bring a tune of meaning to it. And then when you get that, stop it. You created something new. So yeah, you should go to grass. You learn a lot.
Right.
And
I can't wait. I'm so looking forward. I would probably have been in grass this year if it weren't for the pandemic. So
I'll meet you halfway. I'll meet you in grass if you're ready. Just tell me, May, I'll meet in grass. I'll take you to see the perfumers I work with. Maybe you talk to them; they can inspire you, because I see you love fragrance. And oh yeah, I'll take you there. We walk through there and see.
And I hope you move there, then we can have a base, as we said.
No, you're not coming closer. I need my quietness around me. It's a very nice environment. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. I've just seen a good olfactive files says, olfactor files rather. She says, good point, Dan. Creativity takes a lot of expertise in combination with innovation and imagination. I totally agree with that. 100%. I saw a question again from Amina. Amina, I'm thrilled for these questions. Thank you so much. So this is an easy one, Dan. How many fragrances do you plan on releasing by the end of the year? And do you plan on shipping to the US? Do you ship to the US?
Yeah, I do ship to the US.
Oh, you heard that. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. So there's no limit. Do you ship worldwide as well, or just worldwide?
It's a free shipping worldwide. Yeah, I mean
that is incredible.
Free shipping worldwide, and I want people to experience great scent. And the backbone of my brand actually is relationship building, because it's not all about making the aggrandizing profit in that, but it's about building a stronger relationship. Because
absolutely,
I know what coming into this fragrance community has done for me. The likes of Mom of Kelly Fragrance, the likes of Kelly Fragrance, the likes of Mr. Colon 76. Great guys. Yeah. And
that's how I discovered your fragrances as well, Dan. I saw Mom of Kelly Fragrances sharing, talking about them. So exactly.
And one named Sende Signature of Nigeria. And now he's opened the door to Nigeria now. And people are just ordering in it. Like Nigerian market is booming. Yeah, I love it.
And Nigerian market is quite a big market, and this goes for everything, luxury goods, fragrances, etc. So I can totally get that. I've seen a question. Before I go onto the chat, hang on with your questions. Keep them coming. I'll go back and I'll ask the questions. But Mark, I have a question which touches on what you just said about building relationships with people around the world. And my question is, how has your travels influenced your relationship with fragrances? How has traveling influenced your style of fragrances? Because I know you are fairly well traveled to Europe, to the US, to Africa. So how has that influenced your style of fragrances? What influence has traveling had on your fragrance journey?
Before we go to that, do you have the box of recent? Yeah, and I want you to read, if it's possible, because I like your voice and everything. I think it's really good for the radio. So can you please read what I have on the back here? I want everyone to experience what has really inspired me and what this creation has brought to me.
Okay, so
Okay,
here goes.
okay, everyone. Let's welcome to Maya. Let's welcome Maya on the podium. Okay, let's go.
I got the chance to understand humanity through creativity. Thanks to this product, I have friends all over the world. Calls come through ends I have never seen. Calls come through hands I have never seen. I speak to people I have never met. I have impacted eyes I have never looked into.
Yeah.
If you want to create connections and experience humanity, do something you believe in and always spread love. Thanks, pals. Denmark.
Great.
Mysterymodernmark. That's
Yeah.
what his box says at the back.
Thank
Wow.
you, Maya. That was a great read. I think I should get you a job on CNN. What do you think? Obviously.
Let me know who's hiring. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So this is what I got from traveling. This is what I got from meeting people, because the environment has a great impact in creation. Most of the time, it's not about the time of creation. It's about the moment. It's about the aspirations. It's about the experiences. And I think my uncle used to tell me that traveling is a department of education. So if you get a chance to travel, you have to learn a lot. And go hiking in the bushes also inspire my fragrance creations, my notes creations, my choice of notes and everything. Going to museums, going to the library, all the sense that comes out of, because when I created Sentence 360, I went on a hike. Yeah, I was hiking and I sat somewhere just to take a rest, and there was this scent that came out of one of the woods that was there. And I don't know, I cannot explain it, but it's like something like a settled dust, something like a wood. I don't know, but I had it here, pictured here. So the moment I left, I called Claudia. I said, Claudia, there's this new inspiration I've got, and can you help me out? It's like a wood that is like a dust settled and everything. So like, okay, Daniel, we have notes like sandalwood, we have negamorpha as well. So let's see, when you come when next you're in grass, we can see what we can do. And I tried all the scents and we were able to create something out of it. So what is actually concrete here is traveling, you experience a lot. You learn from people, you experience different scents. You go to if you go to UAE, United Arab Emirates, the kind of scent you're going to experience there is totally different from the ones you're going to have when you are in the Western environment. So it's really inspired me a lot. I've learned a lot. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. But in short, I have everything stated here, and it's words that I pour straight from my heart and my experiences traveling and meeting people. Because humanity has a lot to play when it comes to creating sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember reading something and it said things you need to have a fulfilled life. You need friends, you need people around you, etc. So absolutely agree. Dan, I've seen quite a lot of questions. If you don't mind, I'm just going to go back a little bit on the chart.
All right, keep it coming. I mean,
I'm just going to go back and mystery fragrance for real. Keep it up. Well done. Oh, thank you, Linda. So lovely. And Amina, very nice. Fantastic. What is your favorite note in fragrances?
I discover I love a lot, but I will keep it short but significant. And what I might say is my favorite is notes that you can coordinate well to emit or to project.
Yeah.
Maya, I created something, and my perfumer who trained me loves my approach, and I call it the soap of notes creation or perfume creation. But when I talk about the SOB, is selecting, ordering, and blending to balance. you have to be able to blend scents to balance. So I think my latest discovery, that is Recent Man, after creating everything, I'm trying to keep it long, but I really want to explain. After creating everything, we came out with a concrete soda after a long period of time. So I was here, and I remember that I was told by Claude during one of our lessons that if you can never go wrong with rose and raspberry, and you can never go wrong with rose and jasmine. So I called her. I said, Claude, she says, Daniel, you drive me so crazy. You know, her old voice, you drive me so crazy. Sometimes I think it's hard to work with you. I said, yeah, I'm here and I'm here to stay. So you cannot do away with me. So I was like, can you put a bit of raspberry in there in the heart notes so I will see how it's gonna go. So I can't do that. I'm tired of it. And I was okay, I'm coming to grass right away. The next day I got on the flight, I was in grass and I said, let's put something aside and create something. And I found out that when I put in raspberry, it changed everything. It made it so beautiful. And after macerating, this scent is what it is because of the change I brought to it. So I'll say I love raspberry now because it's yeah, I love it. And the fact that it could well with rose and it could continue well with jasmine is splendid. So yeah, I'm excited about raspberry. Take it. I give it to you.
Hold on right there. So that is your favorite note at the moment. Yeah. What would you say is the hardest note to work with? Because then I'm curious. I want to know what's your yin yang.
yeah. Musk. Coming out with a musk is really difficult because
which one? White musk.
White musk.
Because I love white musk, it's more sensual. I love white musk, it's more sensual, just beautiful. Whereas the other musk, it's a bit like old women.
You know, the other musks as well. But one thing about musk is most of the time before musk was got it from animal products. If you're aware of, like deer and all that. But now
deer musk as well. Yeah.
So they use synthetic forms of mask to now, and it comes out very pungent. And it's not everyone who can really work with it. So it's really difficult to get.
Do you ask anyone?
Come again?
I'm just asking if anyone here loves deer musk because I think it's everyone's nah.
Yeah, so it is about balancing it and blending it in your nose to balance is really a difficult one to come up with. But at the end of the day, if we're able to do the ordering well and you balance it well to blend, you blend it to balance, it's also a great scent. Absolutely. And it has a impact when it comes to your notes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for answering so many questions, Dan. Are you okay to keep going?
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's see where we can go until I'll go like, okay, no.
It's not too bad. It's going really well. I've seen a question from Amina, and she's asking, do you socialize with other perfumers in the Netherlands?
Not yet.
Not really.
Yeah,
you don't have time, do you?
There's a lot of things to do. I got off a meeting with one of the shops because I'm trying to introduce it to the product to the shop here, and we went out. I was in a meeting, so I told them, I have to run. I have a very important live chat, and then you most welcome.
Thank you for being here. I've seen a good question as well from the Queen of Niche. Like Richie, she's the Queen of Niche, Karen Pebs. And that question is...
Hi, Queen.
Do you direct your perfumer with a brief, and how involved in the creative process are you?
I would say involved. I'll be on about 85% involved.
Wow.
I give her the benefit of the doubt because you can never teach old dogs new tricks. She knows what she does, but I'm always in there. And the fact that I want to be there is because creation is something that is born is in you. Creation is something, it's about your aspirations. Creation is about your inspiration. Creation is about how you were raised, how you were brought up. Creation is about your environment. Creation is about your happiness. So vision and everything. It's like a whole body of things. So you need to be, and you need to communicate, because like I got into this conversation with you, this chat with you, and I didn't know what I had to say. So you have to be there to experience the scent. You have to experience every course of it, the maceration period, all that before, yeah, it is brought up. So I'm 85% in there, and sometimes she gets tired of me. She gets tired of me. Like, she's a bit older. And she's like, Daniel, you are really I don't want to say that, you're really a pain there in my ass, that I say, yeah, Claudine, I'm here to stay.
Oh wow, amazing. I was trying to catch up in the chat as I was listening to you, and I can imagine, but I'm sure that she does appreciate the fact that even though she's the teacher, you are also a curious student, that you're asking questions and you're also giving your own input on what things you would like or how you expect things should be. So I think then that works.
I wanted to put something. It's not that I'm trying to patch my shoulder or something like that, or I feel I have a chip in my shoulder. But when I spoke to her first and I started to talk about my inspiration, what I would like to create, the first question she asked us, have you ever done anything about perfumery? Because it looks like you know what you want to do. And I was like, yeah. There's like people come to me and they don't know what they want to do. But I say, yeah, it's something that I've embodied for a long time. So I want to get it out now. I think it's time to create it. And she's learned a lot from me, and I've learned a lot from her, because especially when it comes to the coming up coining process like SOB of scents, like the select, I give her certain approaches. And she's like, okay, I did a good job by teaching you perfumery. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
Mark, I have just seen a question.
Oh, my days. Okay, let's go.
From JLW. And his question is, if you weren't creating fragrances, perfumes, what other career would you have, or what hobby could satisfy you creatively?
Acting.
Acting?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Did you start acting in uni? I'm curious.
No, I didn't. But I think it was something that it was in me. Actually, I had a chance to do an audition, and it was time for us to go to South Africa for training. That's honest truth. And my mom didn't want to take it, because she said something to me. I'm in Ghana. Ghana, in Africa, we have our name, Daniel, and you have to say, Nana, I don't want to walk around, see a poster of you, and everyone will say, that's your son. I can't stand that. So please don't. And I stopped it. So I think acting has been a passion. It's something that I really love about. Yeah.
It's never too late. You never know. Maybe one day you will go back and do some acting. Who knows?
You sure?
Incorporate these things, and I can relate. And this again goes to what we were talking about with African parents having their own expectations of who you should be.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to a younger girl not too long ago. This is a girl, she's only about 21, and she was telling me she was at uni studying and she wanted to take part in something. And her parents are like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You have to keep going with uni. But she's like, I would be good at this. I want to pursue this. But then you know how it is. It's like, we're going to pay for you. So this is what you're going to do. So, wow.
She said it. I love my mom so much,
Yeah.
Every mama is a queen. I love mom. And she said, I don't want to walk around and see your picture and it posted everywhere and people are going to talk about it. Yeah, that's your son. I can't stand that. And I was like, okay, you know what? I let that pass. Let me move on to my study. So I think acting, and I love to teach because I was a teacher before. I was teaching lecturing in a university here. And
yes, I'll behave.
Yeah. So I think teaching is also a passion. I really love to lead people and also impact knowledge, So basically, it's one thing I would like to do.
Brian, shall we think about that? No, I think Jeza will come for you and claim that position. You have, Mark, you need to start doing the push-ups.
Who's
Push-ups.
who said that?
Anyone?
No, no push-ups.
Anyone for Mark doing one-hand push-ups?
No, no.
A
Thank you
very
very
good
much. Nice
question
question.
as well. Proctavia World says, do you see yourself teaching in grass?
I would love that, but at first I have to learn from the master. Like I said, I
Oh,
really,
absolutely.
I'm
Well,
really,
you are the masters of the future, Mark. You are the masters of the future, because when you look at where we are now,
yeah,
all these legends we have, at one point they're gonna have to retire or they won't be here, and we still will be. We are only in our 30s or whatever.
yeah.
At one point, by the time you get to your 50s, you would have gained enough insight that you'll be there happily sharing so much, because you would have learned so much, and yourself being a creator, give it another 10 years, you'll be an expert.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I'm really tapping ideas from different people because
Absolutely.
I'm introduced to a different perfumers, and yeah, I'm still in contact with them. We chat,
Yeah.
we have, and some it's because of the COVID-19. Is traveling is a bit more of a challenge, but like I'm looking forward to go there and yeah, working together and learning because I really love to learn from the actual source, from the expertise, and also bring it across to people. When people ask questions, they can also, because I think, like I said earlier, it's about the impactation of knowledge, but you can never
Absolutely.
understand facts. You can never act on facts unless you understand what the facts are to create an impact. So that's basically what I'm doing.
Fantastic. Well done, Mark. You've done so brilliantly with the question. I've
Thank you. I
learned so
appreciate that.
much already, and I'm so glad you came on.
Thank you.
I How are you feeling?
Okay, that's very nice. I like the questions that are coming. I see a lot of things. Somebody wrote, I don't know, I think is Mark the best dressed perfumer or whatever. And I
I
see
know.
the fragrance one. I don't know why that question is
Look,
coming.
look at that crisp white shirt.
Oh, look at no, this is Christmas. This is my Christmas clothing. Yeah, I put it on just for the show.
Very nice. Well, I can see why you would even make a good actor. You've got style, I must say.
Thank
But
you.
not only that, and I've said this before, dressing well, well groomed, and smelling nice is
Oh
a
my,
form of good manners.
thank you.
Good manners. What is more attractive than a well dressed person smelling good?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate. I'll come back. Like in memory of my great father, may he so rest in peace. My dad used to say something to me when I was a child. He said, "You have to dress good, smell good, act good, speak good, act a gentleman, act rich, so that when the time comes, it's not something new to you. It's something that you already do."
Absolutely.
So I think,
Absolutely.
yeah, it is something that you need to, like I always, before I said he did a really well grooming me because he put a lot of great words in me. He impacted me and it's still leading me. So thumbs up to him and I give a great plug. And thanks for such a inspiring statement. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Maya.
Well, I'm so pleased that all is gone very well. I so enjoyed this interview, Mark, and I hope that we
So,
shall talk again. I really
sure.
look forward to your latest release. Which reminds me, I saw a question. Yes, someone was asking if you have anything coming out before the end of the year.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Yeah, I've got bags of scents here. I told you, like I showed you earlier, and they're all
yeah,
full of. So it's about a scent that I'm trying to create because it's like we have a current situation that's going on. Everyone wants to go back into time, and I would say who doesn't want a machine that will bring them back into time? So we're trying to create a scent that will make people feel like going back home, well, not going back home, but going back into cradle, feeling about the old times. So that's what we are trying to create now because
something
this is what
nostalgic.
people need at the moment. It should communicate that. So I'm busy working on the scent from one of the samples that we created.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward to it. I have
Yeah.
a few questions before you go. So the Queen of Niche is asking, will you be at Exons in February?
I heard about it. Claudine told me about it, and I have to, see my schedule and see how things are going to be. I have to find a slot to be, but I'll be honored to be there. I'll be more than pleased to be there because it's all about meeting people and also learning from other people. Yeah.
Absolutely. I've never been to Exxon's
So,
exhibition before, so if I go, it will be my first. Damn it, I should have gone this year, but we all know how that
yeah.
ended.
Queen of
Moving
Nations, maybe I'll see you there. I will look out. Yeah, I'll see you there. I have to.
moving on, we have a question from El Akosui. I think I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Our question is Dan and Mia. Dan, are you planning on creating a fragrance, a female fragrance?
Um, I
Anything?
I like now I've gathered and I learned. You have to give Anna who Anna belongs. I've
Absolutely.
gathered that the gender, and I don't see that because I use some feminine scents as well. But what I would like to do is I'm working on something because the inspiration I got during the creation of the name, the lady who inspired me, her scent is something I'm trying to create something similar, but a turn of my story also to it and the moment of the covenant bringing people back into time also to it. So it's something that I'm creating and I don't want to put it out there, but and I don't want
Yeah.
to say it's women, but you have to feel it and you have to tell me which gender it's for.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Well, Dan, I did tell you this. I personally don't see gender in fragrances, but there are a lot of people out there who do. So
Yeah.
since we have recent man, I don't know, something woman, or I don't know, modern mystery woman, or mystery modern woman.
It's
That's
gonna be
there.
if I put no Maya, you know what? If I put the name right now, if I tell you this is the name of you, be like, oh, I'm feeling cold right now. That's the name I'm bringing across. It gives you that
I
chill.
hope so. We hope to see the modern mystery man. Oh, modern mystery woman.
It's gonna be
Mystery
cheesy. It's gonna
women.
be cheesy. It's gonna
Mystery
be cheesy.
modern women. Or even a girl.
I
Mystery
got
modern girl.
I got
It
and
rhymes.
I'm gonna feature Jessica on there.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, Jessica. She would love that.
Yeah.
Yes, he's referring to our Jessica, my Jessica, because when we spoke earlier, oh,
Yeah.
Jessica, bless her. She said, you created this fragrance I'm wearing because when I spread it, we were wearing the fragrances together. And my daughter was like, this is nice. It's very smoky. And
Yeah.
it's reminding me of like when we are outside, maybe roasting some meat or beef. I don't know. That's
I
the
don't
smokiness she was referring to. So when we spoke, and she was like, oh, he created it. She was like, oh, wow, maybe I'll offer him even my fragrance to try.
Yeah, yeah. She wanted to give me a fragrance for free. Oh, that's so lovely. Bless her.
Amina is asking, yes, she's so lovely, bless. Amina is asking, can you quickly describe the scent of recent man?
I want you and me to work this together, and we have to do it together because it's not about me telling you; it's about you experiencing it. Even you are at distance, I want you to feel it, and is it is a scent that when you walk in, people will look at you. People want to know what you're wearing. And Maya, you can testify. If I have to describe it, I have to describe it note by note, verbatim. But yeah, it is about experiencing. And if you would like to make a statement, if you want people to understand the kind of person that you are, it's recent, man. And you will love it. It's like a gold, liquid gold with a woody crown.
That's it. And the
Yeah,
cap as well is magnetic.
thank
It's
you.
not. No, but it does just go on quite
Yeah,
lovely.
yeah,
Recent man to my nose, the opening quite hoody,
yeah,
spicy, very nice. It's very hoody, it's very spicy. It's a
yeah,
boss fragrance. This is your bored person. It's not gonna be for the guy that wants to walk with his scarf and the hat on and he doesn't want to be noticed. This is
yeah,
for the man who's confident, walks in the room
yeah,
and people are like, oh, the boss is in the office. I just heard him come through. They didn't see him, but they smelled him come through. So
yeah,
this is your recent man. It's gorgeous. Can you
yeah.
quickly
You
describe?
know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there's.
yeah.
Oh,
Huh?
yeah. I wanted to add this, like most of the time, like people, it's a secret of perfumery, and a lot of people don't know that. We have the top notes, like everyone knows the heart notes, and but a lot of work really has to go into that because the top note, I always say, is a very deceptive, and most of the time, people who buy scents, basically just the 20 seconds, 30 seconds experience, and they purchase it, but
Yeah.
most work has to go into the middle note. That's where sustenance. That is when you can take a concrete decision.
Yeah.
And if you look at Rob's recent
Recent.
the notes and everything, a lot of work was put in the middle note, and that's where the longevity comes, the sustainability. It sustains the scent, and the fixative part, that is the base note, will tell you early in the morning. You will just pick your jacket and it's like, don't go back and spray it again. So it is that kind of thing, and
And you in the mid as well, you do get that the woodiness does settle down, and you get a lovely fruitiness in the middle. So
that's a
it's not in the middle. It's not woody. It's not spicy. It's more fruity, but
yeah,
it's not like sweet fruit. It's more like it's toned down because this has gaiac wood, so it has some wood in it,
yeah,
and
it's
that just tones it down. So you don't get like skunky wood or a sweet fruit, but more nicely blended together, and they work beautifully, I must say. So
okay.
gorgeous stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we've exhausted an hour and 15 minutes. I
Oh,
can't believe time flew by so quick. Wow.
yeah,
That
wow.
goes to show what an amazing chat we've had. Dan, I'm so grateful that you took your evening out to come
Oh,
on. Thank you
I'm
so
honored
much.
that you invited me. I'm really honored. I'm humbled to be here.
And I'm even more grateful to everybody who came and all your questions.
Same here.
And it's been amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. I
Okay.
appreciate you all. I love you, and I shall be
Appreciate
seeing
you
you
all.
very soon.
Yeah.
Take care.
And what? Just a second. I want to make a shout out. I would like to show love, respect, and appreciation first to you, Fab Trends, for inviting me on such a platform. And
Wow,
the third, secondly, there are a lot of names, but to Mom of Kelly Fragrance, she's done well.
absolutely.
Inspired me. To Curly Fragrance, the daughter, they will be absolutely, they have been very impactful in this journey. And Mr.
Absolutely.
Colin 76, Glenn, very wonderful gentleman. He's been very helpful. His words, his time, because if you see the work that he's doing out there, but he always has time to speak to you. Sometimes he gives me a call and empower me and all that. I mean, a lot of guys, Kevin Prince, and all those guys over there. I appreciate you, and I really appreciate this Frag family. I'm really having a nice time here. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Mark. Before you go,
Oh,
to
okay.
people that are not already following you,
Yeah.
please, can you just give us some information where people can follow you, where people can find your fragrances, please, if you would?
My Instagram handle is mystery_modernmark. Mystery_modernmark. And then my website is www. If you want to order, is www.mysterymodernmark.com. And you can do your ordering from there. You can also learn about Denmark, about what our scents are, and we are still putting a lot of things in place. So yeah, we're working.
Mark, before you go, this reminds me of a question I forgot to ask, because I noticed on your Instagram page
Yeah.
you also are working on a charity to
Yes.
help distribute shoes, isn't it? Please, can
Yes.
you just tell us a little bit, and if people wanted to support or help, how they can help? Please, if you don't mind. Sorry.
Um, Thanks very much. So, it's an inspiration I got when I was age 11. At
Wow.
age 11, I had that inspiration. I was going to school. My dad. I had four shoes when going to school, but my
Yeah.
father made me provided for us. But one of my days going to school, like going in the morning, there was this kid. The grandma was dragging him to school, and I
Yeah.
saw him crying. He was just crying throughout. So I was like, why is this kid crying? He's going to school. But when I looked, he had broken shoes. So at the back of my mind, as a kid at 11, I was thinking he didn't want to go to school because of the shoes. Because I wouldn't want to go to school because I have that shit. So I was like, when I grew up, I said it to myself. I remember I was 11, so but I do remember that when I make it in life and I make money and I have a little, I'm gonna give 100 shoes. I said that to myself.
Wow.
So when I started this brand, it's been an inspiration. That's something I would like to do, and it's not about people contributing to it. It's about the money I've been able to raise from selling my fragrances and all that. I'm taking a cut off to do the shoes, and we are already working on the shoes. And the project is M Cube 45 project, and I want to say about it. And the M Cube, is my brand M3, and the 45 is my shoe size. So it's like I'm giving every kid a chance to walk a mile in my shoes.
Wow.
And it's got this global thing. It's not concentrating on one continent or everything. I want to do it globally. And yearly, we go to a different country. We give the shoes to, and I want to spend some time with the children. It's for children from age 7 to 11. Teach them, educate them, play around with them, because it is something that I would love to do. Because like when I have my own children, I want my children to also know that when you get a chance to put on shoes, there's somebody somewhere who is waiting for somebody to do even a favor to put them shoes on their feet. And it is something that I'm really working on. And we have the shoes in production now. So in about 2 months, I'm launching it in Amsterdam. So I'm going to invite you, Miya, mom of Kelly Fragrance, anyone who can make it here. It's not about raising fans. It's about the money is already paid and the shoes are already in production. So it's M Cube 45 project, but yeah.
M Cube.
Yeah. Thanks very much for asking such a question, because I haven't gotten the chance to speak about it.
Because I saw that and I thought, wow, what a man. Amazing. Not only are you creative, you are generous. That is to be admired. And you know what they say, there's joy that comes in sharing and doing something for others. And you know how they say, from the abundance of your heart, if you give abundantly, you're going to receive even more. So bless you. Thank you so much for everything you are doing.
Thank you very much. We all speak different languages, but there's one language everyone understands. Everyone understands giving.
Absolutely. Everyone understands giving. It's the same like fragrances. We speak different languages, but we all can smell. We understand. We appreciate smell. So absolutely. Wow, Mark, you've been amazing. You have been amazing. I wish you all the best with your brand.
I appreciate that.
I can't wait for Denmark to become a house of them. I look forward to that. I want to see those lots of bottles on the shelf. And I know this is only the beginning of great things in my collection. So I look forward to it, and I hope that we shall meet soon.
I appreciate that.
As the people have said so many times in the chat. So incredible. I wish you well. All the best for the future. We shall chat soon. And everybody for watching and for being such a interactive audience with all your amazing questions. We appreciate you.
We appreciate you. And let's keep this brag fam going on. I love it. I'm having
absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much, Miya.
Take care, everyone. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye now. See you soon. Yes, Karen, that's an amazing thing to do. Yes, yes, Brian. Amazing, isn't it? So thank you so much, everyone. Have a good evening. We shall talk soon.
Find a job on BBC. I think it will do.
Bless you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.